As the summer of 2021 rolls into view, so does the annual Formula 1 game for those F1 fans that just can't get enough of track action. F1 2021 seeks to build on arguably their best F1 title yet. But what's changed? Well, here is everything you need to know about F1 2021. Let's start with the release date. F1 2021 is set to be released on Tuesday, 13th of July as a digital deluxe edition, with the standard game being released 3 days later on Friday, the 16th of July. The game will be the first cross-platform release, with the title being released on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC. Those buying for the next-gen consoles expect a juicy performance and graphics boost with 120 FPS gameplay, ray tracing rendering, and close to no loading times. Those buying for older gen consoles shouldn't fear, however. Racers can still expect the exact same game modes, features, and playability. On the topic of game modes, F1 2021 brings several new and updated game modes for you to sink your teeth into. Starting with F1 2021's new story mode. Breaking Point is inspired by the behind-the-scenes access we received from Netflix's Drive to Survive series. Set across 3 seasons, we explore the career of Aiden Jackson, a young F2 racer who is tipped to make it to Formula 1, but has a tough journey ahead. Pressure is felt both on and off the track with the return of villain Devon Butler, alongside the introduction of family members to add to the realism. Sticking with game modes, Codemasters have also introduced a new 2-player career mode, which is exactly what it says on the tin. You and a friend can now play a full career mode together with all the fun features from the standard career mode, such as research and development, vehicle management, and rivals. There are 2 ways of playing the 2-player career. One is to race for the same team, work together to build up your performance to try and clinch the constructor's title. With this option, you will switch teams together and forever be teammates. The other is to race for differing teams, fighting against each other for poles, wins, titles, and even contracts. The final new game mode on F1 2021 is Real Season Start. This mode allows you to start the season in line with real life. So, for example, after the Monaco GP, you will be able to take the reins of Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes and bounce back after his subpar performance and take the fight back to Verstappen in the title. As the season progresses, the game will update to be as realistic as possible to the real-life races, to match team development and new tracks we may visit. Away from the new game modes, my team sees a couple of additions to improve the gameplay experience further. The research and development menus have been overhauled with replacement of the R&D tree with a far more sophisticated parts menu. On top of this, my team sees new development events which query the player to scenarios within a department. Practice sessions have seen changes too, with the introduction of quick practice for those racers that don't want to complete every single session. Instead, the player is able to set team goals for a session to redeem resource points for R&D. The player has the ability to run either a high or low risk practice strategy, with the high risk giving the player a chance for big rewards, but also a high chance of failures. At the opposite end of the spectrum, the player can run a low risk strategy, which of course will be less effective. Driver statistics have seen a minor modification with the introduction of a focus stat that is a measure of a driver's readiness and motivation. This will impact how a driver handles situations such as major team decisions, meeting the press, and how they perform on track. A smaller but impactful addition to the 2021 game is the introduction of an expert race style. This builds on the casual race style first introduced on F1 2020, which gave beginner players the opportunity to find their feet on the game. Expert race style focuses on the F1 game veterans, allowing players to tweak certain settings in-game to harden the game experience, such as forcing the AI to advance quicker than the player. Multiplayer has seen some minor tweaks too. Social play replaces unranked play, with the options to create lobbies under 2 options, either beginner or experienced. Beginner is a lobby for amateurs to find their feet online, with the shortest races and settings like auto reset turned on. Experienced is far more familiar to the well-trained racer, with slightly longer races and collisions switched on for some online fun. Finally, some of you may be wondering if the new Jeddah, Imola, and Portimao circuits will be available from launch in July. The answer is no. Sadly not. They will be added into the game post-launch, so keep your eyes peeled on Codemasters' social media to see when they are introduced. And that is everything you need to know about F1 2021. We at Veloce have made another video focusing on the on-track gameplay, which you can check out in the top right corner or in the description. A huge thank you to Codemasters for providing Veloce with early access to F1 2021. We are very much looking forward to the release in July.